who had their first furry convention. For how many people is this still their first furry convention? That's good, because this kind of is the natural progression. Furries in the media. It is no secret that in the past, furry fandom has gotten something of a bum rap in the media. Is it that there's absolutely nothing lascivious about furry fandom? No, there's no artist named Gideon, there's no porn on Furfinity, right?
Not at all.
As I have been quoted as saying, furry is primarily made up of young people. And here's a big bombshell news flash for the world. Young people sometimes think about sex. But for some reason, whereas you will find in comic book fandom, in sport card fandom, just about anywhere, remember Rule 34? People will have a more than Puritan interest in just about anything. Why is it furries get singled out? I've not been able to figure that out there. There's many theories, but we do not know. Yes, KP, what's wrong? Part of the problem we have had, as a matter of fact, much of the problem we have had, comes from we ourselves. I have said in the past, we are our own worst enemy. Why do I say that? Let me tell you a story. About 4 years ago, I got word that WTAE, Channel 4, local Pittsburgh station, was downstairs, out in front of the hotel, interviewing people. This immediately sets off alarm bells in my head. We invite members of the media to come in, and we show them around. We show them, let's face it, the things we would like to have people see at Anthrocon. We don't like to censor our people. We don't like to put the kibosh on free expression. We do not want people to feel that they cannot be themselves. That's what being furry is all about, being yourself. If being yourself involves assless chaps and nipple clamps, okay, well, yeah, whatever. But I reserve the right to chloroform you and put you into a hole in the ground until the press is gone. I still recall this incident where I heard the press was outside. Outside the hotel, there's not much I can do. I can't chloroform the guy outside. That's against the law, and I will be caught and put in jail. I don't want to go to jail. I can chloroform them inside because I'm sneaky that way. So I went outside to see what was up. And WTAE had set their cameras up, and they were talking to a man with bright orange hair. I'm always going to remember the orange-haired man. Because he felt that he could save the fandom. He was going to give these people the correct story. He was going to be the one to lay it down so that furries would forever be free of the stigma. And as I walked along kind of behind the camera to see what he was on about, I heard him say, you know, a lot of people think we're sexual deviants. That's not true. Only about 10% of us are sexual deviants. I got this look on my face. And over the cameraman's shoulder, I'm going, and he leaned a little past the cameraman, and while the camera was still rolling, said, oh, I better shut up, the camera's looking at me funny. And I was just waiting for the headline, you know, furries confirmed, 10% are sexual deviants. Because that's what they will do. What is the media out there to do? What do they make money off of? They make money by making sales. They make sales by getting people to watch their program, read their magazine, look at their newspaper. That's what makes them money. To hear a wonderful story about how I spent 6 months making this fursuit and I made it entirely out of shredded newspaper fiber and then the guy with the nipple clamps goes by, they're going to take a picture of Nipple Clamp Boy, right? Because people walking by the newsstand are going to go, whoa, nipple clamps. Then they make money. When the members of the media ask, can we come and film at your convention, we give them an answer, much like a computer bit, yes or no. It is yes if we do a little bit of investigating and find out that these people are from the local press, they tend to be very friendly, they've been very supportive of Anthrocon in the past. Sure, come on down, we'll talk to you. This is called honest journalism. These are called journalists. They are looking to report the news. They'll still say this is the freakiest thing in the world, but they will portray the playful, they will portray the lighthearted, they will portray the wow that gives people the smile on the street. The ones that we do not say yes to are the ones that we track back to, Comedy Central, G4, things like that. They're not looking to report on what's going on downtown. They're looking to find the most shocking, titillating thing they can that they can giggle about on their sophomoric little show. And if they can't find it, they'll make it up, which they've been known to do. We were approached repeatedly over the past year by a lady from Nat Geo, National Geographic Television. And they were extremely keen on doing a photo shoot at Anthrocon. They wanted to follow some furries around, and it's for National Geographic Television. It's going to be National Geo, Nat Geo, National Geographic, Nat Geo. They kept repeating that. Nat Geo, National Geographic, the National Geographic Society. How much more upstanding, respectable can you get than that? And the average furry on the street might say, isn't that nice? But did you notice they don't have a staff member with them? The people who say yes, we put a staff member with them. Because the nice lady may work for Nat Geo, but what she is actually working on is a little program they produce called Taboo. Anybody seen Taboo? Yeah. They cover such tender, controversial facts as like the gentleman who likes to have sex with the tailpipe of his car. I didn't make that up. That was a week ago. Then there was a show, what was it? My Strange Obsession, where most furries ran screaming, but they found one woman who was willing to go on there, and they sandwiched her between the woman who can't stop eating sofa cushions, and I don't know what the other one was, I turned it off by that point. Something awful. You must be extremely cognizant of who is going to put your face on camera. Because when they put your face on camera, remember, your mom could see it, your instructors at school could see it, your boss could see it, the president of your company could see it, the neighborhood association could see it. You want to be respectable. You do not want to be put on something that's going to make you look overly freakish. So, what do you do when you are approached? Maybe not even by a member of the media. Someone comes up, for some reason it's almost always a little old lady, comes up, they always ask the same question. What is all this? And you say, thank you very much, yes. You can say nothing, in which case they'll think that you're deaf, or stoned, or something, I don't know. Or you can give them the answer. What is all this? What is this? What is the answer? What do you say? What do you say? A furry convention. No. To us, it's a furry convention. That person doesn't know what furry means. They've never heard the phrase. Most people think it means we're in here skinning rabbits and wearing their dripping pelts. When you say furry to the public, that's what they think. I prefer the term cartoon. Cartoon animal. That's what a furry is, in short. These words cause a positive response. Let's talk a little amateur psychology here. I'm a chemist. I don't do psychology, but I took the course, and I got a B. So I'm qualified. When you speak to somebody, when I go to you and I make the face noises in your direction, images form in your head, don't they? I say the word potato. You get a mental image of a potato in your head, or you better, or there's something wrong with you. If I say potato and you see a motorcycle, maybe you ought to talk to somebody who's higher than my pay grade, all right? But you get a mental picture. That mental picture is what we will forever associate. We are a very visual creature. Human beings see, for the most part, in their own minds. And we had this huge file cabinet. Well, I guess you guys don't use file cabinets anymore. Back in my day, we had a file cabinet, damn it! And it's got all these pictures in it. I go to you and I say, you know, cake. And you get a picture of the cake. I say to you, child molester. And you get a picture that looks probably like me, I don't know. Be cognizant of the terms you use to describe yourself. If you're describing furry, you don't want to evoke images that will cause the person to have a negative reaction. This is true not just of furry, of anything that you do. I am a communicator, I'm a raconteur, I'm a bullshit artist, I talk. But I also listen. I watch people interact, and I see some things they do, and I want to go up and slap them in the face and say, do you realize what you just did? One of the biggest mistakes people make in the question. The question comes up. The question, they're always waiting. It's in the back of their mind. They're terrified. They're worried that somebody's going to come up and say, I saw the CSI episode. You are creepy. And they want to defend themselves. They're going to defend the fandom. So the little lady comes up and says, what is all this? And they immediately say, we don't molest cats! Imagine the pictures in the little lady's head now that's going fit. Those are the pictures she'll remember. Spend a lot of time belaboring what we are not. Why not? Remember I said you put pictures in people's minds?
The more you say what you are not.
Yes. Exactly. I can say not. I can say not over and over and over again. Now imagine, if you will, that you go down the street and you see a large collection of burly men with leather and you know, motorcycle boots and helmets hanging out outside in the street and, you know, talking among themselves. And you casually say to them, so, what are you guys all about? And if the gentleman says, oh, I do love him. If the gentleman says, oh yeah, we're a motorcycle enthusiast society. Yeah, a lot of people think that we're all a bunch of hoodlums and thugs, and that's not actually true. The media has portrayed us as being murderers and drug dealers, and, well, quite frankly, other than my buddy Zeke over there, I don't know anybody deals drugs, and, you know, probably, I don't think any more than 2 or 3% of us ever spend time in jail for violent crimes, and, you know, well, if you've seen that CSI episode about when the guy went into the bar and all the bikers like tore his skin off and put it on the wall and were throwing darts at it, that kind of thing doesn't happen. What's in your head now? Do you want to continue talking to these burly gentlemen? Probably not. You probably want to go far away, preferably to another galaxy. Here, this man was trying to tell you that this, what we in my day used to call a motorcycle gang, are mostly guys who like to ride motorcycles. And they have a long-standing tradition of doing charitable events. They do escorts for celebrities. They especially do escorts for such things as the funerals of fallen soldiers. They provide color guards for such things. But you're not going to hear about that. All you heard about was the skin ripping and the darts. And you hadn't even seen that episode of CSI. Don't try to say, this is not what we are. The person probably hasn't heard of that. Tell them what we are. It's a bunch of cartoon animal fans. And then leave it at that. If they want to know more, they will ask more. They will start asking questions. That's a good thing. When they start asking you questions, that means they're interested, they're curious. They might even be furries and not even know it.